I'm here tonight to advocate for critical thought. We have been forced to watch America and the free world spin into inexorable decline due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. We, along with countless others, have been victimized, gaslit by propaganda, psychological trickery. By now it should be obvious to all, but it doesn't seem to be. These operations are being conducted by an unelected, unaccountable elite against the American people and our allies. Now, please don't roll your eyes and shrug me off. Don't just dismiss and heckle. Think critically. Stop and take a look around. If you're watching this now on your phone or your tablet, I'm urging you sincerely. I'm pleading with you. Sit down and allow yourself to see things for what they really are. Don't just get angry because you might hear something you don't like or because it's a different opinion than yours. Excuse me. And never let politics of any kind get in the way of your judgment making. Think critically, think for yourself, shut out everything, and give yourself the atmosphere you need to do so. Maybe choose to not watch your favorite TV show or your favorite book or whatever you do in your own downtime. I'm begging you at this point, please look into it. Across the board, everything being mentioned tonight, what's the worst that can happen? You entertain the perspective of another person's opinion for a night? Our children's mental and physical health have been suffered immensely over the course of the past year and a half. They have felt the sting of isolation, lockdown, masking, quarantines, and other completely unsensible acts of healthcare theater that have done absolutely nothing to protect the health and well-being of the public from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. With that being said, being part of the school board doesn't mean you're there to defend the schools. It doesn't mean you're there to defend any politician and or their agendas. Being part of the school board doesn't mean you're there to defend your job either. Like we all witnessed last time, I think we can all agree we saw a lot of finger pointing that night. And not one single question answered. Defending the kids, that is the job description. It should be the only action of the person appointed that job. The kids come first, not the school or the federal money that comes under the strict condition that kids are masked. It should be that simple. I'm calling you to act, do something. Maybe a quick Google search. Look up how much power does the governor have. Under a Google search, it'll say the governor heads the government's executive branch in each state and territory, and depending on the individual jurisdiction, may have considerable control over the government budgeting. The power of appointment of many officials, including many judges, and a considerable role in legislation. Now consider this. That's just the everyday normal power that a person in that position has. For those unaware or not paying attention, Governor Lamont is now on his 6th extension of executive powers, giving him 100% control. So when you have our schools collecting federal funds that can only be obtained if they comply keeping everybody's kids in a mask all day, breathing in their own carbon dioxide, minimizing the amount of oxygen the next breath is allowed to take in, it just doesn't make sense. They know there's not a living, breathing, functioning, coherent, rational, thinking human being who actually believes that masking kids is a good idea, but they are willing to do that with your kids in mind. Why, personally? I think it's for the money. Again, I'm here to advocate for critical thought. So for now on, I respectfully leave you with this. Maybe a direction pointing. It may be a direction worth pointing your moral compass in. Apply some critical thought. Start small. Go to Google. Type in pandemic profits linked to Connecticut's first couple. See what you find.
Thank you.